You are getting closer to the end of third trimester and you have a lot of questions in your mind into how to prepare for the delivery of your bouncing baby. You're wondering if there are things you can do to induce your baby naturally. You are even wondering how to know if your baby is really and fully ready to be out. You're wondering if there are things you can do to make your labor easier, faster, maybe do or take. And at the same time, you're wondering if my labor starts, how will I even know? Are there signs? Is there a way to know? All this we'll be discussing in this video today. Let me welcome you to Pregnant Care. Here I prepare you for what to come during pregnancy and I walk you through it. And our watchword is motherhood activated, patience activated, love is all we need. So if you like a simplified video that can show you exactly what to do without too much science, then you may want to subscribe to this channel, or just please subscribe to this channel. Without wasting much of our time, let us get into it. The first thing to do in preparation for the delivery of your baby, I would say, is pack your bags. Pack your baby bags, pack your hospital bags. Don't be like those women that keep waiting for when the contraction has started before they start packing gradually. At that point, you may miss or forget some things. But if you pack it early, you're already ready, then it will be easy. And before we even talk about packing, how do you even know if your baby is already ready? Very ready. Now, pregnancy is actually 36 weeks, that is 9 months, right? When your baby has stayed 36 weeks in your tummy, then you can start saying, I think my baby is preparing to get ready. But the moment your baby enters 37 weeks, then your baby is ready to be born, and it is called term. So when you are term, it means you are 37 weeks and above. When you are 36 weeks below, it means you are preterm. But from 37 weeks to 40 weeks, it means you are term. 37 weeks, that's 37 weeks, 38 weeks, 39 weeks, 40 weeks, you are term. Now, the moment you now enter 41 weeks, so even if you are 40 weeks and 4 days, you are still in term. You are something like that. But the moment you enter 41 weeks, then you are late term. And late term is still not a bad one. But then when you now enter like 44 and above, that's post term, and that one is when they may have to induce you. Not naturally now in the hospital, but this is how it is. Now, I see a lot of mothers getting tired already. You've waited a whole 9 months for this baby to come out, and this baby is still saying, I want to stay there, I want to take more of mommy's nutrition. Yes, it is not bad for your baby to stay till 41 weeks. Take note. So I understand you're already tired, you just want the baby out, you just want the baby out. I know the feeling, but then keep calm. Let your baby take everything it needs or she needs, because the longer the baby stays in the tummy, fine, your baby is ready by 37 weeks, but when it's staying longer, then it just does some finishing touch. For instance, a baby that stays longer comes with a very stronger bones. I mean, the moment the baby is coming out of you, the nurses are able to tell that, oh, this your pregnancy has gotten to 41 weeks, because I can see how strong this baby is. Do you understand? That is how it is. It takes longer. It does finishing touches to the bones, to the structures, to everything. So it is not bad for your baby to stay from 40 to 40 weeks or even 41. But from 41 and above, then it is late term, which is still not bad until when it starts getting to around 43, 44, anything above 42, sure. Yeah. So now that about how to know if your baby is ready. Now, in terms of preparation, I've told you to pack your bags. Another thing you can do is start praying for yourself, your delivery, the nurses. Start getting your Bible verses, go through them, strengthen yourself, strengthen your power spiritually, and strengthen your power physically. I've made a video on powerful declarative Bible verses you can start reading from right now. You're seeing this video, that you can start reading, start speaking, start declaring into your delivery. You can check on that video. So start doing all that in preparation for your delivery. Another thing is, there are some things that is advised to take while you prepare for your delivery. Now, these things, are they myths? But as far as they won't harm you, I don't think it is bad to just give them a goal. The first one is taking okra water, another one is taking ewedu water, another one is taking dates, another one is taking pineapple. For the okra water, to be sincere, I was practically taught while I was in the university during my masters to take okra water for delivery. So I I don't know if it will work. I don't know if it doesn't work. According to how we're taught is you take okra water when it's time for your delivery. In fact, when you're already at the hospital, you can prepare it already. So when the labor is getting intense, try to take okra water. It will help the sleepiness or the ease of the child coming out, and it will fasten the whole labor thing. That is how I was taught. But then I've seen people started taking hot water, okra water rather, right from 36 weeks. So if it works for you that way, you take it every day, it is also fine. Now I've heard people take ewedu water. They said anything that is draw. So those people don't mind, they'll just blend some ewedu in water, and they take it. It's fine. You can take date. I think they say 5 dates per day. The moment you start preparing for your delivery, you can add all these things won't hurt you. The only thing is okra water might not be so palatable to take. Ewedu water might not be so palatable to take. Like it doesn't taste like you should something you should want to take, especially uncooked or just taking okra just like that. Now the pineapple is the sweetest part of it. Pineapple and the dates part. Pineapple you can eat as much as you want. Now one thing about this pineapple is that you have to abuse it for it to work. You have to take a lot, like take a whole pineapple per day, not as if you take a little. You can take a full pineapple per day or two full pineapples per day. Like you have to abuse taking it. Now one thing about this pineapple is I realized that it softens the cervix. So if it doesn't even induce your labor, if it doesn't do anything, it's softening your cervix because that needs to expand for your baby to come out. So those are the things you can take in preparation for your delivery. Now when it comes to inducing labor, one thing I am very sure of, like I am very sure of, is stress induces labor. When you are in intense stress, when you go through too much stress, your labor is going to start like automatically because the baby doesn't feel comfortable again. And since the baby is already done cooking, let me use the word, since the baby is done, like everything, the structures, the bones, everything are set, and now you're going through excess stress, the baby will definitely come out. That's why you notice some people say, I went to church, I danced. In fact, I danced like David. And eventually, in the evening, my contraction started. I didn't even know my contraction is going to start. I was going to go into labor. It is the fact that you have overstressed that body for that period. Now, some people used to run on stairs. They run on stairs to just stress the body, like exercise, but still to stress the body. And the moment they are about to stop running, or maybe they are done, maybe that night, the next thing is they are into labor. So stress brings labor, actually. Especially intense stress, it causes labor to happen. Especially the baby that is done and is already ready to come before, but is just enjoying the self-contained, wants to stay there alone. Now that is that. Another thing is, don't forget your squatting. Your squatting helps to exercise the pelvic. I've already made a video on that. Your girdle, you can just exercise your pelvic girdle by squatting. Exactly the movement, you contract and relax. Then don't forget to walk around, take a stroll, just energize your body. Tell your body that you can be exercised and all that. Now, how do you know that contraction or your labor, original labor, has started? First thing I want you to know is there's something called false labor or false contraction. This is when you feel like your baby is coming. In fact, you literally feel like, oh, I'm going to give birth today, but it's false. The next thing is, after like 5 hours of the thing coming at intervals, it just stops, and that's all. It's called false labor. Now, how do you know when the original labor starts? You will know. That's the only hint you need. You will know, because when the real labor starts, the feeling is different. You feel like, oh, the real thing just got here. I can feel it. Exactly. You know when the real labor starts. When is the first labor? You'll be thinking, is it labor? Is it not labor? The moment you are doubting, could it be labor? I think it is labor. I think it is labor. It's not labor. But the moment the real labor starts, you will know it is labor. That is the best hint I can give you. Then another hint is the fact that you will have something called show. It's a sign. It's called show. Now, number one show you can have is when you go to toilet to pee, you pee blood and muco at the same time into the toilet bowl. Then when you see the toilet, then you know that your labor has just begun. That one might not start with the contraction, but that is the first step. For some people, their water break, especially people in the Nollywood field, the water is always breaking. Anyways, for some people, their water breaks. Some people, their water gets broken, and that is how they know, oh, I think it's time to have this baby. Then another thing that happens is the major contraction. When you start feeling the contraction, you know that, okay, it is time to have my baby. So these are all the things you may need to know in preparation for your delivery. Have you watched this point? Please subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much, because I don't even know how can I encourage you to subscribe. Thank you so much for being there till now. Don't forget our watchword or slogan: motherhood activated, patience activated, love is all you need. Love is what I need. Love is all we need. See you in my next video. Bye.